All right, let's go and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be checking out a new build guide for the Shaman. This one is going to be involving his arcane whip that he has right here. The arcane whip is called the Star Weaver's Tail. I have it at +5 currently, and the base skill for this one is Arcane Reaping. It hits enemies in a target direction, applies fragility, and if it hits more than 4 targets, it does some arcane projectiles that hit targets around it. You gain Ancestry and Radiance. And if you're not familiar with what Radiance is, all you gotta do is check this one out. Let me hold this down for you so you can check it out. Radiance, whenever you cast a skill, consume 20 stacks of Radiance to release a powerful beam of energy in the direction you are aiming, dealing heavy damage and applying fragility. So it also applies fragility as well. And then, of course, it comes with Ancestry, and Ancestry does damage based off the amount of maximum health we have when it summons some totems. It also comes paired with the secondary skill Ancestral Empowerment, conjures a totem at your position that grants Radiance every 0.5 seconds to you and your nearby allies, gain Ancestry and Radiance. We're going to be using Radiance heavily in this build, as well as Ancestry. So I'm actually going to be calling this one, I believe, Radiant Beef Tank is actually how I'm going to call this build, mostly because we're going to be super healthy, and we're going to be dealing a lot of damage just with how much health we have and how much radiance we're going to be shining off of us. We're going to be like a bright star in the sky, just absolutely destroying the Void Lords. So as far as our runes go, I am currently rocking Weapon Expert, Material Harvest, and Reroll Mastery, which gives us extra rerolls if we don't like the things that we're seeing. Then, of course, my tried and true favorite, Dash Mastery, Light Feet, because the Shaman is particularly slow. We're also going for Extended Reach, so that way we can make sure we can maximize Arcane Reaping's effect to hit multiple targets and basically proc those bonus projectiles. And then Divine Legacy, because honestly, there really isn't too much required. Like, there's nothing out of here that, I mean, you can pick whatever you want, honestly, but I like the idea that I get a legendary option every 25 levels or so. Like, it's a guaranteed thing. I don't just have to wait for RNG on that one. So if you want to replace Divine Legacy, you can. I'm just going to roll with that one. And then as far as the build goes, my Shaman here is actually maxed out on the tree. But of course, as always, it is important to maximize your Ancestral Ritual by making sure you pick up all the nodes that benefit Ancestral Ritual first. Even it means, you know, putting 1 point into a skill and moving on to that. Once you've maximized all those, feel free to go back in and basically give yourself extra health, extra regen, extra XP, that sort of thing. But yeah, just focus on those and you will be fine. As far as what the whip comes by default, by the way, it gives us 15% damage modifier, 25% additional area, and 20% multicast chance. That multicast is going to be really good. We're going to pick up as multicast as we can. And yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. Of course, we are working on a curse 7 with all the curses added up. So curse intensity 62. I just did the Frozen Wastelands. No, the Whispering Groves. I'm going to go ahead and do Caves of Dalzog. So if you like this content, you want to see more build guys on this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think of the build, and let's jump into it. So right off the bat, I will say, you're probably not going to feel super strong. You gotta let the build take off for a second. But the thing is this build actually ramps up really fast. So you can see, one of the things that's happening already that you're gonna notice is that Radiant stack is just going up really fast. Between our Ancestry and our Radiant stacks that we're going to be doing, we're going to just be absolutely obliterating the enemy. And as we get multicast built up a little bit, you're going to see that just Radiance is going to just be like emanating off of us. Also to note that I have the spell effects down a little bit just so that we don't obscure the ground too much. But I will turn them up here at the start. Just so you can see what the chaos looks like here. Important to note that we're going to take health at every opportunity, just so the fact that we can benefit from the Ancestry. We're going to go ahead and do Arcane Reaping, because of course we would love to make sure that we are doing as much Arcane Reaping as we can to build those fragility stacks. I'm going to turn the effects back down. It can get pretty hectic. I'm going to go with more max health. And I don't think they've changed much else in the way of how enemies spawn. So if you want to maximize the number of enemies on the screen, you want to hang out in a corner because enemies will spawn out of the walls, essentially, making it super easy for you to more or less wind down that timer on killing enemies and wiping enemies out as much as can. We're going to take Arcane Power. By the way, the reason why I took Stone Spiral Totem in this instance is mostly and only because it gives us Colossal, which gives us increased area modifier for all this stuff. Plus, it gives us more Ancestry, and it benefits off of Fortitude. So why not, right? We're going to take Arcane Power, so we can increase our chance of multicast, because that's what Arcane Power does. If you haven't understood Arcane Power before, temporarily increases multicast chance of both you and your allies. So I do believe our totems actually benefit from that. And it looks like our first set of lords are already going down at 1 minute and 8 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and turn off our active skills so that way we only see, whatchamacallit, our passives now. We're going to take Merciless here, since it is a blue option. Health. Because when we don't get multicast, I am going to take Lethality and Merciless if we can. And movement speed is also fairly nice. We're going to take multicast here, mostly because of the fact that it is, in fact, a, whatchamacallit, a purple. We're going to go with Health, Agility. Whenever you cast a skill type of Arcane, you have a chance of causing another one of your current skills with type swing instantly. Thing is how we are using Arcane Reaping a lot, but we're doing that. Let's go ahead and get a damage modifier. Ancestral Ritual, more agile. There we go. We'll go ahead and take the damage increase from Magic Missiles. Magic Missiles, of course, also applying Fragile. And I believe Arcane Beam also does Brittle, which increases the damage taken by enemies. Yeah, okay. So we're just like stacking on the Fragile for all our enemies. Let's go ahead and do Lethality 20%. And I am just hanging out here unless we find ourselves in the danger of having a shield turret show up. I think we're just going to hang out in the corner. Area of Effect Empowerment for our Arcane Totem would be nice. Go ahead and do a damage increase there. Ooh, that's a nice one. We're already at 311 health. And also remember that whenever you summon your Ancestral Guardians through your class skill, your health does increase a lot as well. As you'll see here in a second, we're going to start seeing the Void Lords melt on their own pretty decently. Let's go with Area Effect. I'm going to stand in the corner. There is a lot of Area Effect going on. We do have our Ritual up, so there they go. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I'm not worried about taking damage too much, honestly, mostly because of the fact that we'll be getting it back fairly quickly. Plus, we're part of this build was called Beefy Radiance. Beefy meaning we're very healthy all the time, so I'm not so concerned about taking a hit or two, and I'm not so concerned about jumping out of the way of all of the red shit on the ground. Didn't realize I still had all of these up. Let's go ahead and take Merciless. Multicast. I think the first time I was trying out this build, I actually managed to get a clear time of 5 minutes 30 seconds. I believe it was actually faster than the totem build when I cleared this initial first couple of lords. Go ahead and take those. Go ahead and do Behemoth. We'll go multicast on everything. Behemoth. Let's get down to those Void Lords. I do want to take care of these guys as fast as we possibly can. I do see that we have a shield turret up. I did hear that go up. It didn't even matter with those guys there. But I hope you've been keeping an eye out on my radiance there. Like, it don't even, you can't even count it in individual numbers. It just like shoots up to 20 within like 3 or 4 seconds. And that is the beauty of this build, is being able to do that. We're gonna go with Agile. Let's re-roll, see if we can get something better. Multicast is better. Let's see, increased potency. Absolutely. Agile to 100% more. Movement speed, yeah, absolutely. We got ancestral, oh. We got some bats here trying to do some damage to us. Does not matter. Go re-roll. Let's take some magnetic. We'll take some armor. Being a little bit tanky is never a bad thing. We're already up to our second to last set of Void Lords here. 3 minutes 53 seconds on the clock currently, so we're making a fairly decent time. Let's sit over here in this corner. We'll do damage increase for magic missile. Let's see if we can re-roll to something nice. Let's take that extra health with Behemoth. As you can see, our not as fast as our radiance to count all the way up, but our ancestry is also doing a lot of work for us as well. Looks like there is a turret over here we can take out. And the beauty of this one is for the people who don't like using a lot of elemental stuff in their build. Like if you don't want to have to worry about fire, poison, doom, or whatever, you don't have to. This is essentially just like a raw arcane build that all we're doing is we're shredding defenses through the power of fragility and brittle. That's really all it is. Increased potency on our arcane power. I'm assuming that what all that really truly does for us is what it's doing is increasing the multicast chance that the arcane power is gifting to our allies. Looks like we do have our ritual here, which is nice for us. Go ahead and take that. And it does look like, unfortunately, we have a shield tower over there. Where is the last guy? There he is. And, oh wow. This is actually my fastest clear so far. I think for anything. That just, we just cleared Curse 7 on 62 Curse in 5 minutes, 15 seconds. That's a 15-minute, that's a 15-minute lead on my previous run. That's pretty nice. I like that. So far, this is actually outdoing the totem build. Even though I have to be in range using my arcane reaping, it seems like the benefit of everything else is also going off. Like the specifically, it's probably the ancestral empowerment, doing that arcane radiance, summoning so many whatchamacallit, other totems, and they're all doing arcane radiance. Is pretty nutty, I'm sure. And it only gets faster when we get in this room because of how much radiance we're giving off. All of these elites that we're having to kill to get the Void Lords to show up are absolutely just dominate the entire region. And it only gets better as we get more area effect too. I am going to go with more health though. We haven't gotten a lot of health in a while. I do want to say, I do want to try to maintain that extra health. Go with the finality. Go ahead and get this ritual up. We're going to increase the amount of those arcane totems there. The more totems up, the more brilliance going off. Or radiance, sorry. We'll go with area of effect. We'll take some more health. Hello, lords. We'll go with health. That's nutty. We'll increase the area again. Vicious strikes, if you haven't been hit once, we'll go ahead and do that one. Multicast, I don't imagine Vicious Strike's going to add a lot since we probably do a lot of like taking damage, but really, really fast. But who's to say? We'll take Magnetic for the extra XP so we level up faster. Max speed of our Arcane Beam. And I'm probably going to take this to Overlord 3 just to see if we can scale it faster. I want to see how fast we can kill a Lord and a higher Overlord. I mean, that's pretty freaking fast right there. I don't think any of us were alive for longer than 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and go. That's 20%. This is only 15%. This affects everything. Too merciless. Magnetic. Looks like there's an XP crystal over here on the side. Area effect. Make those area effects even larger. Let's see if we can get the guys over here and still take this crystal. Alright, so those guys don't want to move. Got it. Unfortunately, they survived longer than I wanted to because they didn't want to get inside my death circle. Increasing the amount of totems there. I don't think we're going to be able to nail this because these guys are probably going to die before this gets done channeling. Actually, will we? No, we didn't get the XP. That kind of sucks. We were so close. 7 minutes, 56 seconds to clear out Overlord 1. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And just the amount of totems that we have out is pretty insane as well. Looks like we have a total of 5 of the arcane totems out at any given time. So we can get some more movement in here. I'm gonna hang out where the lords are gonna spawn just so we can have totems down in this area. Extra health, why not? There we go. Attack speed of our arcane missiles. We'll do frequency, multicast, area effect. As much area as we can cover. I need all the real estate. Frequency. Ritual, why not? We'll take the health. Let's see. Frequency. Sure, why not? I gotta use my rerolls more to see if I can get better rarities. I mean, that's the whole benefit of taking the reroll mastery, right? Alright, multicast. Lethality. Relentless. We have 807 health right now. I want to try to go for more. Those lords don't stand a chance. area effect, of course. 435 health is what we're currently sitting at. 857 with our perk through Ancestral Ritual. Not gonna lie, I did not realize that we even had the last of the lords already being summoned until they were dead. When I heard the death sounds, that's when it occurred to me that they're still alive. Or that they hadn't even been summoned to begin with. We'll go with area effect. 80% area effect is pretty insane when you think about it. I feel like that just means that the totems cover the whole freaking room now. We'll go with the movement speed. Multicast, magnetic. Health. Oh, I didn't even realize the ritual was ready. Let's take the Leviathan. I never take that. I don't care if I missed out on some movement speed. We're absolutely deleting these guys. Let's do damage increase. Why not? Relentless. Go with lethality. I will do some extra armor. Make ourselves some tankiness. Merciless. There we go. Just like that. With almost... Oh, we're at 102% crit. That's nice. And there is a benefit for going beyond 100% crit, just FYI, so... yeah. You basically can crit on your crits. Let's go with multicast there. And like that, we just summoned the last set of the lords. Those other void lords had just dropped like 10 seconds ago, and we're already summoning new lords. One last lord left. And there we go. I don't even care what we do. And like that, we just cleared 3 levels of Overlord in 11 minutes 33 seconds. And here we go. This is a showcase. So our ancestry doing 8.6 billion. So their trait alone doing that much damage. Radiance doing 5.1 billion. Coming in third place, doing almost half the damage of Radiance is Stone Spiral, Spiritual Guide. Arcane Reaping is behind there doing a couple of million. But really what we were trying to do is apply the fragility as well as basically cause Ancestry and Radiance to happen. So that was our main focus for them. Arcane Beam, Magic Missile, all because we want the effects off of them. Brittle, the fragility. And the Warding Totem also giving us the Expose, causing them to take more damage. So, and let's go back to the menu so that way I can show you the build once more. So if you like the build, what you want to be looking at is I currently am using the Star Weaver's Tail at +5. Rune-wise, I am using Weapon Expert, Material Harvest, Reroll Mastery, Dash Mastery, Light Feet for extra movement, Extended Reach for more reach on our Arcane Reaping, and Divine Legacy. As far as the skill tree goes, again, I would highly advise to stick with leveling up anything that benefits Ancestral Ritual first, and then focusing on everything else after that. But that being said, that's the build guide. Do you like this build? Do you want to see another build? If you do, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me show you the game and the build. And until next time, you guys take care, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Later.